Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to our online learning initiative Ekalaiva.
Today, we are going to start the new lesson, electromagnetic induction. In the previous chapter, we have learned that whenever an electric current flows through a conductor, it produces a magnetic field around it. Actually, this was discovered by Christian Ørsted. Later, Ampere proved that a current carrying loop behaves like a bar magnet. These are the magnetic effects produced by the electric current. Now let's see, is it possible to produce an electric current with the help of a magnetic field? Many experiments were conducted by Michael Faraday and Joseph Henry independently. These attempts became successful and led to the discovery of the phenomenon called electromagnetic induction. Before we go in detail about what is electromagnetic induction, I am going to introduce the new term called magnetic flux. Now let's see what is magnetic flux. Then we go in detail about electromagnetic induction. Let's start magnetic flux. The magnetic flux, which is represented by phi B. Already we have learned in electrostatics that electric flux. So here we are going to discuss about what is magnetic flux. The magnetic flux through an area A in a magnetic field is defined as the number of magnetic field lines passing through that area normally. Okay, so now let us consider the area A, and these are the magnetic field lines. So this is the angle theta. Magnetic field lines are represented by B vector. So I told you that the magnetic flux through an area A in a magnetic field is defined as the number of magnetic field lines passing through that area normally. So how can we represent this magnetic flux mathematically? So we can write that phi B is equal to integral B vector dot G A vector. So we know that if it is the dot product, then we can also write it as B A cos theta, where the integral is taken over the area A and theta be the angle between the direction of the magnetic field and the outward normal to the area. Now let's see if the magnetic field is uniform over the area and is perpendicular to the area. Okay, so we are going to consider the area A the magnetic field is uniform, and if it is perpendicular to this area, so this is B vector, and this is n cap, theta is equal to 0, then flux becomes BA, because we know that theta be the angle between the direction of the magnetic field and area vector. So if theta is equal to 0, then cos 0 is equal to 1. Now let's see what is the SI unit of magnetic flux. The SI unit of magnetic flux is Tesla meter square, and it can also be measured in Weber. So we can write 1 Weber is equal to 1 Tesla meter square. Now let's see what are the importance of electromagnetic induction. Actually, the application of the phenomenon of electromagnetic induction is almost everywhere in the present day life. Right from home appliances to huge factory machineries, from cell phone to computers and internet, from electric guitar to satellite communication, all need electricity for their operation. There is an ever-growing demand for electric power. All these are met with the help of electric generators and transformers which function on electromagnetic induction. The modern, sophisticated human life would not be possible without the discovery of electromagnetic induction. Now let's see the very important law which is connected with the electromagnetic induction. I told you that Faraday demonstrated many experiments and he stated his experimental observation in the form of law called Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Now let's see Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. According to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, so our topic is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Whenever magnetic flux linked with a closed circuit changes an EMF is induced in the circuit. So according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, whenever magnetic flux linked with a closed circuit changes, an EMF is induced in the circuit. Next, we'll see that what is the magnitude of the induced EMF? The magnitude of the induced EMF, the magnitude of the induced EMF in a circuit is equal to the time rate of change of time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. What is the magnitude of the induced EMF? The magnitude of the induced EMF in a circuit is equal to the time rate of change of magnetic flux through the circuit. So this can be mathematically given by induced EMF is equal to minus d phi b divided by dt. What is the significance of this negative sign? The negative sign indicates the direction of the induced EMF and hence the direction of current in a closed loop. Okay, so the negative sign which indicates the direction of the induced EMF and hence the direction of induced current. Now let us consider a coil which has n number of turns. Then change of flux associated with each turn is the same. Therefore, the expression for the total induced EMF is given by, so if the coil has n number of turns, then the induced EMF will be given as minus n d phi v by dt. So if the coil has n number of turns, the induced EMF can be increased by increasing the number of turns of a closed coil. And already we discussed that the magnetic flux is equal to B A cos theta. Now let's see how can we increase the magnetic flux, or how can we change the magnetic flux. The flux can be varied by changing any one or more of the terms B, A and theta. The flux changed by varying B is also possible. The flux can also be altered by changing the shape of the coil in a magnetic field, or rotating a coil in a magnetic field such that the angle theta between A, B and A changes. In the next chapter, we are going to discuss about the very important law which is known as Lenz's law.